One man, one blow, one throne. Listen close, this is how it's known. Hey, 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 hey. Arrow that built a throne. Flesh and iron, blood and bone, bone. Frost to the fire, war to the crown. Nobody, nobody take him down. Arrow that built a throne. Everything he touched became his own. Pull it back, let it go. This the arrow, this the show. Yeah, picture a boy in the frost with a bow in his hand, reading the wind before we ever read a line in the sand. No royal blood, no name, no throne to inherit, just a dead eye aim and the nerve to bear it. Raiders from the sea, he sent him back broken. Every arrow that he loosed was a prophecy spoken in the rhythm, then the turn, and the order he defied. 9 days, flip the kingdom, watch the old world die. Arrow that built a throne. Flesh and iron, blood and bone. Frost to the fire, war to the crown. Nobody take him down. Arrow that built a throne. Everything he touched became his own. Pull it back, let it go. This the arrow, this the show. Yeah. Crown on his head, but the story ain't clean. Sons in the shadow plotting palace red scenes. He gave him the world and they handed him war. The king who won it all couldn't settle the score. From a frostbitten kid to the throne of a nation. 500 years standing on his foundation. You want the whole saga, every scar, every blade stay locked. Watch the legend get made. This ain't a fairy tale. This is fact, this is flame. 20 cuts of a life, every one of them real. You already know how it works. Tap in, ring the bell, don't miss a chapter. GayaBap, the saga keeps moving. That built a throne. This is how it's known. Frost on my skin, fire in my chest. Born in the cold, raised to pass the test. I was born with a winter cut deep to the bone. No silver, no crown, no inherited throne. Bow on my handful, I could walk in a straight line. My old man taught me aim, taught me by my time. Split the wind with an arrow, made the strong man stare. A no-name kid with a dead-eye glare. First time on the field, they ain't know my face. Left them all silent, left them all in their place. I don't miss, this a fact, not a flex. Every shot that I take, leave them guessing what's next. Cold made me patient, cold made me hard. That a frozen hand, but I'm playing every card. I was born from the frost, raised by the bow. Nobody knew my name, but they bout to know. Put it back, let it fly. Watch it land. The cold made a killer out of steady hands. Born from the frost, born from the dark. Every arrow that I lose gonna leave a mark. They don't know me yet, but they will. The kid from the frost, standing still. Yeah, bandits at the border, I sent them to rest. Raiders thought they test me, failed the test. Not for gold, we just the dirt that I claim. Stacking every battle like a brick to my name. Move like winter, quiet, then I'm gone. Left for trailer cold legends that I'm building on. Veterans noticed cowards took flight. I was born for the dark, I was built for the fight. I was born from the frost, raised by the bow. Nobody knew my name, but they bout to know. Pull it back, let it fly. Watch it land. The cold made a killer out of steady hands. Born from the frost, born from the dark. Every arrow that I lose gonna leave a mark. They don't know me yet, but they will. The kid from the frost, standing still. Cold ground made me, frozen rivers raised me. Every man that doubted came to praise me or to fear me. Watch the boy, watch the bow. Watch it now. I carry the winter like a blade I won't show. Patience of the frost that the suffers don't know. The north don't raise weak, the north don't raise fools. Hand up on your bow when the coldest set of rules. I buried on my mercy where the frost line meets the stone. Rode into the fire just to claim it as my own name. Still in the making, but the legend's getting loud. The quiet frozen soldier was a storm inside the cloud. I was born from the frost, raised by the bow. Nobody knew my name, but they bout to know. Pull it back, let it fly, watch it land. The cold made it killer out of steady hands. Born from the frost, born from the dark. Every arrow that I lose gonna leave a mark. They don't know me yet, but they will. The kid from the frost, standing still. Born from the frost, the story starts here. One arrow drawn back through the cold and the fear. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Cold mask drop, that's what it's about. Pull it back, let the arrow decide. Turn the whole dark night into my side. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Mountain pass, hear the nation shout. One clean arrow wrote the kingdom's will. Call the moon and watch them fall still. Smoke on the coast, they came to burn it all down. Raiders on the water, turning village into ground. They sent me to the mountain where the pass cut tight. Gold mask boy general looking for a fight. He was young, he was fearless, he was sharp, he was proud. But I read him like a storm, read straight through a cloud. One arrow for the cord on his helmet, ice cold. Mask kicked the dirt up, wrote a story never old. They say the river ran dark for days after that. 1,000 horses captured and the nation clapped. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Gold mask drop, that's what it's about. Pull it back, let the arrow decide. Turn the whole dark night into my side. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Mountain pass, hear the nation shout. One clean arrow wrote the kingdom's will. Call the moon and watch them fall. They carved it in the records, cut it deep in the stone. The day the tide turned over and I stood there alone. No king yet no crown, just a bow and no fear. But every man that watched it knew the future was here. The legend wasn't given, I earned it shot by shot. They say the moon rose high that night, gave me all that I got. I didn't fight for medals, didn't fight for the throne. Fought to keep the farmland and the people I know. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Gold mask drop, that's what it's about. Pull it back, let the arrow decide. Turn the whole dark night into my side. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Mountain pass, hear the nation shout. One clean arrow wrote the kingdom's will. Call the moon and watch them fall still. What kind of man calls down the sky? What kind of aim never asked him why? The past remembers, so do I. Every clean deliverance just raised my rising name. People started whispering, started speaking my fame. Discipline and a name that would never miss. The legend of the mountain pass began with this. A soldier, not a saint, but the people call me more. The arrow and the answer to a kingdom's hungry war. History don't forget what a single shot can do. Call the moon, watch the whole night break in two. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Gold mask drop, that's what it's about. Pull it back, let the arrow decide. Turn the whole dark night into my side. Call the moon, one shot, lights out. Mountain pass, hear the nation shout. One clean arrow wrote the kingdom's will. Call the moon and watch them fall still. Call the moon, the field went still. One arrow wrote the Same old lie that they always told. I came back from the border with the dust on my coat. Walked into a court with his hands on the country's throat. Fat old families on land they never bled to earn, hoarding all the harvest while they watch the people burn. I won them all they wars, kept the wolves off the wall. Now I'm watching powder hands let the whole thing fall. Titles up for auction, every office got a price. Rotten crown on every head, too comfortable, too nice. I spoke a little louder than the soldiers supposed to. Room went cold and quiet cause they knew what I could do. A general where the conscience is a tyrant's worst dream. I've been counting all the silence, I've been counting every scheme. Rotten crowns, hollow gold, same old lie that they always told. Push the table, flip the board, a soldier sharper than a sword. Rotten crowns, brittle bone, I see the cracks in every throne. Built it high, built it wrong. I've been patient, I've been long, I learned the game of whispers, learn what a working throw. That a battle in the throne, move a little too slow. Patience like a drum bow, holding back the strain. Every insult, every snub, just another drop of rain. They feast while the farmers starve, dance while soldiers die. Sold the kingdom piece by piece and wore it like a prize. Storm was getting closer, every wise man felt it calm. The soldier in the silence was a slow and steady drum. Rotten crowns, hollow gold, same old lie that they always told. Push the table, flip the board, a soldier sharper than a sword. Rotten crowns, brittle bone, I see the cracks in every throne. Built it high, built it wrong. I've been patient, I've been long, How long can the kingdom feed on rot? How long till the patient man takes the shot? The court don't know yet, but I'm not. I seen real death on real fields, seen what hunger really does. Then watch them waste the kingdom just because powder men in silk who never lifted up a blade. Deciding who will prosper and deciding who get paid. Kept my face like granite, kept the fury locked inside. But a reckoning was coming and no title gonna hide. A patient man is dangerous when the patient man is right. The rot inside the palace finally met its light. Rotten crowns, hollow gold, same old lie that they always told. Push the table, flip the board, a soldier sharper than a sword. Rotten crowns, brittle bone, I see the cracks in every throne. Built it high, built it wrong. I've been patient, I've been long. Rotten crown won't hold the weight. I'm the soldier at the gate. Yeah, 9 days, one road, no turning back. Gave the order to march, I turned the whole map black. Rain on the island and the river running wide. Army stuck in mud with nowhere left to hide. As it crossed the water, march against the giant. I counted the 4 reasons and the reasons they define. One a small force can't defy power 10 times the size. It's plenty season, lead the rice and watch it die. Through the coast, left open raiders landing at your back. For the rain, rust about you, bring the sickness, brace the pack. 4 cold reasons sitting in my chest, I loaded rounds. A soldier doing math that's gonna shake the kingdom's ground. Look back at the capital, look down at the flood. Turn the horses round and wrote the future in the mud. 9 days, 9 nights, turning the tide. River at my back, the throne on the other side. March north, now I pushed it back home. A soldier marching down a hollow throne. 9 days, 9 nights, breaking the chain. Nothing in this kingdom gonna stay the same. Call it treason, call it the dawn. 9 days later and the old world's gone. White horse through the gates, no flag, I surrender the capital wind, quiet like a candle to an ember. The man who held the power, held a blade without a soul. I took the moment from it, took the kingdom, took control, no throne for myself, yet I was patient, I was cold. Every door I opened was a door that I would hold. Generals fell in line behind it, what they couldn't bend. The ones who stood against it watched the error meet its end. 9 days, 9 nights, turning the tide, river at my back, the throne on the other side. March north, nah, I pushed it back home. A soldier marching down a hollow throne. 9 days, 9 nights, breaking the chain. Nothing in this kingdom gonna stay the same. Call it treason, call it the dawn. 9 days later and the old world's gone. Was it the end of a dynasty or the start of something true? Ask the river, ask the rain, ask the ones who made it through. I didn't blink, I didn't bow, I just turned, and so did you. History gon' write it with a careful fighting pen. In 9 days that a soldier stopped and turned to run again. No crown on my head, no title to my name, just a kingdom in my shadow and the country up in flame. I didn't crave the power, now I just saw a plane. The man who ran the kingdom only ran it on the strain. So I gathered that the future in the fist I wouldn't show. Ain't it straight at tomorrow like an arrow from the bow. 9 days, 9 nights, turning the tide, river at my back, the throne on the other side. March north, now I pushed it back home. A soldier marching down a hollow throne. 9 days, 9 nights, breaking the chain. Nothing in this kingdom gonna stay the same. Call it treason, call it the dawn. 9 days later and the old world's gone. 9 days. One road, the map stays black. I turned around and the throne turned its back. The kingdom named Abandoned Road. 500 years about to unfold. Timber that the termites left behind. 5 centuries of a dynasty just running out of time. I didn't tear it down in rage, it crumbled in my hand. A rotted throne, a tired crown, a weary, hungry land. They offer me the seat the way you hand a man a debt. A soldier turned to sovereign and the kingdom held its breath. New name on the map, a new word for the throne. A country born from frost and war and standing on its own. Not a conqueror in armor, not a ruler with the blade, a builder with the blueprint and a promise to be made. New name, new dawn, everything the old world was is gone. Lay the stone, raise the wall, a kingdom name to outlast them all. A kingdom name, a brand new sky, the old world dead and the new world high. Push the dawn, build it strong, a throne where the broken crown was wrong. A kingdom name, a fresh new flame, nothing in the world gonna be the same. Born from blood, born from bone, a kingdom named, and it's mine. I gathered up the scholars and the soldiers and the poor, said the kingdom of the future won't be like the one before. No more feeding fed the few, while all the many starve. A brand new set of laws that I was ready then to carve. The old power lost its footing, watched the nobles lose their grip. A tighter, fairer order on a steady rising ship. I drew the map of morning with a steady, certain hand, a vision bigger than a man, as wide as all the land. The kingdom name, a brand new sky, the old world dead and the new world high. Push the dawn, build it strong, a throne where the broken crown was wrong. The kingdom name, a fresh new flame, nothing in the world gonna be the same. Born from blood, born from bone, a kingdom named, and it's my own. What is a kingdom but a promise made of stone? What is a crown but the weight you bear alone? I named the nation, and the name was Joseon. Joseon, say it loud, let it ring like a bell. The dawn of a dynasty, a story to tell. 500 years would follow from the choice I made that day. A line of kings and battles that would never fade away. I couldn't see the future, but I felt it in my chest, that the kingdom I was building would outlive me and the rest. The founder and the soldier, same man, same hand. The boy that won the battles helped to build the land. Every stone I laid back then still holds beneath your feet. A capital, a country, and a story still complete. A kingdom name, a brand new sky. The old world dead and the new world high. Push the dawn, build it strong. A throne where the broken crown was wrong. A kingdom name, a fresh new flame. Nothing in the world gonna be the same. Born from blood, born from bone. A kingdom named, and it's my own. And it's my own. A banner held high, 500 years beneath that sky. 500 years beneath that sky. Throne of pine, the weight come down. I'm the soldier in the heavy crown. I climbed the palace steps and every stair was a life. The boy who bent the bow, the husband in the knife. All went silent when I turned to face the floor. Men who used to leave me bowing lower than before. A crown ain't a trophy, it's a chain on the throat. Heaviest thing I ever wore is this gold threaded coat. Sat down on the pine and felt the whole kingdom press. 10,000 years away in a single royal yes. Won it all with arrows, now I hold it all with law. Strongest hand in battle, learning patience, learning all. Throne of pine, the crown come down, come down. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. The crown. I won the war, but I lost the calm. A kingdom in my hand, and the storm in my palm. Throne of pine, it's mine alone, alone. The highest sea is the coldest stone. Born to aim, born to reign. Every crown come with a chain. Roads felt strange on me, made for show, not for war. But I wore 'em like the armor that I carried before. Looked across the court, saw the future and the cost. Every crown get paid for by a little something lost. Suns in the shadows, every one of them proud. Couldn't hear the thunder that was building in the cloud. Built the house of power on a hill of hard-won peace. Ain't know the sons I raised would never let it cease. Throne of pine, the crown come down, come down. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. The crown. I won the war, but I lost the calm. A kingdom in my hand, and the storm in my palm. Throne of pine, it's mine alone, alone. The highest sea is the coldest stone. Born to aim, born to reign. Every crown come with a chain. They dress me up in legend while the man inside grew tired. A soldier in a silk robe, the warrior they admired. I miss the open battlefield, the honest way to steal. This throne is full of whispers and a quiet I can't feel. A king is never lonely and a king is all alone. 1,000 hands around me and I'm sitting here on stone. Traded blood for ceremony, traded war for a crown. The highest seat in all the land and nowhere to sit down. What does a soldier dream when the war is finally won? Does he rest beneath the throne amidst the smoking gun? I traded steel for a scepter, and the trade was never done. Throne up high and the crown come down, come down. Heavy is the head that wear the crown. The crown won the war, but I lost the calm. A kingdom in my hand and the storm in my palm. Throne up high and it's mine alone. on the hill. Yeah. Now the throne is mine. Let me take it back to the bridge. The loyal man, the blood on the track. Sit on the throne tonight, and I still see his face. The one good man who wouldn't move, wouldn't leave his place. Believed in a dying house, the way a saint believed. Too honest for the deal, too rooted in his leaves. I offered him the future, offered him my hand, a seat beside the morning in a brand new land. But loyalty's a stubborn thing, it don't bend to break. He chose the sinking dynasty for an Odo's sake. Knew him as a worthy mind, knew him as a wall, the last true pillar standing in a house about to fall. Bridge of blood, bridge of stone, the cost of a kingdom, the weight of a throne. Push the dawn, pay the toll. A loyal man and a heavy soul. Bridge of blood, bridge of rain, the water comes and it washes the stain. Born to rise, born to fall. The bridge of blood remembers all. Wasn't my own hand that did it, but I carried every blow. A son of mine, a sharpened will, a thing I let him grow. The young one saw the obstacle and made the final call. Removed the last great barrier that stood before it all. Told myself I didn't choose it, told myself it's done. But a king inherit everything done beneath the sun. They say the bamboo still grow green where the loyal man went down. A legend on a bridge of stone, a story passed around. Was he the fool or was I the one who lost? He kept his honor, I kept the throne. We both paid the cost. Built a nation on the bridge where his last footsteps crossed. Yeah. So here's the throne I bled for, and the ghost I always keep. The loyal man who haunt the hours when the king can't sleep. History gon' call me founder, call him loyal to the old. But I know the truth, at midnight he was brave, he was bold. The lesser man will burn the record, paint his rival low. I won't waste a lie on him, the truth is all I owe. The bridge still stand a memory, the stones still wear the rain. Every crown I'm wearing carries something of his name. Bridge of blood, bridge of stone, the cost of a kingdom, the weight of a throne. Push the dawn, pay the toll. A loyal man and a heavy soul. Bridge of blood, bridge of rain, the water comes and it washes the stain. Born to rise, born to fall. The bridge of blood remembers all. Rest now, loyal one. The kingdom is built on a bridge of stone, on a bridge of guilt. New ground, new stone, new sound. Watch the capital rise up out the ground. Yeah. Looked across the valley where the mountains hold the sky. Saw a city that was waiting that no living I could spy. Old place held the ghosts of every dynasty before. So I drew a line on open ground and opened up a door. Moved the center where the kingdom moved the heart and soul. Plant a capital from nothing, make a broken country whole. Read the mountains, read the water, read the lay of the land. But the vision in my chest was something only I had planned. River to the south of it, the mountains at its back. A fortress made of purpose on a long and careful track. New capital rising up out the ground, a city of stone where the future is found. Push the stone, raise the gate, a brand new heart for a brand new state. New capital rising into the light, Built it to stand, built it to fight. From nothing to a throne, it's the city that I call my own. Carried up the timber and we carried up the stone. 1,000 hands together building something all our own. Walked the muddy avenues before the walls were high. Imagining the palaces against the open sky. Not just a place for kings to sit, a place for life to grow. A market and a temple and a future none can know. Tore one kingdom from the roots and built another whole. The soldier turned the architect of a nation's living soul. New capital rising up out the ground. A city of stone where the future is found. Push the stone, raise the gate. A brand new heart for a brand new state. New capital rising into the light. Built it to stand, built it to fight. From nothing to a throne, it's the city that I call my own. What it take to move a kingdom's beating heart? What it take to tear the old map all apart? I ain't just inherited, I built it from the start. The city that I dreamed of is still standing here today. The avenues I measured haven't fully washed away. 600 years of history gon' walk those very streets. The capital I conjure where the past and future meet. Set the palace facing south, the mountain standing guard. Placed each gate with purpose and I measured every yard. Water, stone, and open air, the cold and morning bright. A king was beating center that I built to hold the night. New capital rising up out the ground. A city of stone where the future is found. Push the stone, raise the gate. A brand new heart for a brand new state. New capital rising into the light. Built it to stand, built it to fight. From nothing to a throne, it's the city that I call my own. New ground, new ground, new ground, new stone. The city I built still holding ground.
The architect scroll in his hand, a blueprint for a brand new land. Every king need a mind that can see what he can't. A thinker with the vision and the will to make it plan. Found him in the scholars, found him sharp and lean. The sharpest pen in the kingdom and the boldest dream I'd seen. Together we would shape it, the soldier and the sage. One who fought the battles, one who wrote the page. A government, the reason where the old world ran on blood. New laws like clean foundations laid above the mud. The thinker drew the kingdom that the soldier fought to win. Two halves of one ambition with the future folded in. The architect, the master plan. The thinker and the fighting man. Push the page, build the state. A blueprint for a kingdom great. The architect, the steady hand. Designing all across the land. Born to build, born to scheme. The architect of a nation's dream. Gave the people order where the chaos used to rule. Took the power from the old guard, made the kingdom's mind a school. A vision of the scholar, stable man, remove the wheel. Not the bloodline of the wealthy, but the worth a man could feel. But power's never simple and the partnership can turn. The closer to the fire that you stand, the more you burn. The architect grew mighty and the sons began to fear. The thinker held the kingdom while a storm was drawing near. The architect, the master plan. The thinker and the fighting man. Push the page, build the state. A blueprint for a kingdom great. The architect, the steady hand. Designing all across the land. Born to build, born to scheme. The architect of a nation's dream. What happened when the builder loved the builder more than the crown? What happened when the blueprint start to pull the kingdom down? The architect was brilliant, but the thunder rolled around. For now we built together and the kingdom found its shape. A brand new world of order where the old one used to gape. The laws he wrote would echo through the centuries to come. The rhythm of a nation set to one relentless drum. He dreamed of ministers would rule by wisdom, not by name. A council of the able where the worthy stake their claim. The soldier and the architect, the muscle and the mind. Two men who built the kingdom that would outlast all mankind. The architect, the master plan. The thinker and the fighting man. Push the page, build the state. A blueprint for a kingdom great. The architect, the steady hand. Designing all across the land. Born to build, born to scheme. The architect of a nation's dream. The architect scroll in his hand. hold the crown. Power in the palace, about to bring the whole thing down. I built it with a blade, but they run it with a pen. The scholars got the power and they keeping it from them. The architect's a genius, but his vision grew too wide. A council over kings, put the throne off to the side. I'm the one who bled for it, I'm the one who won the war. Now they telling me a king is just the face above the floor. Strong ministers, weak crown, that's the kingdom that he drew. But a soldier built this nation and the soldiers see right through. Tension in the throne room, every smile is a knife. Two visions of the future fighting over one life. Who really hold the power when the kingdom split in two? The crown that won the battles or the pen that pushed it through? Two kings, one throne. One throne! Who really run it, who really own? Push the power, hold the line. The crown is mine. The crown is mine. Two kings, one throne. One throne! A house divided down to the bone. Strong hand, sharp pen. This the war that star within. He want a kingdom run by minds and I respect the dream. But a throne with no real power ain't a throne, it's just a scheme. The sons are watching closely, they can feel the kingdom shake. Every faction pick a side for the future that they make. I love them like a brother, but the brother got too bold. The architect designing me a throne I couldn't hold. A kingdom can't have two hearts beating different in the chest. Sooner or later one of them gonna have to give it rest. Two kings, one throne. One throne! Who really run it, who really own? Push the power, hold the line. The crown is mine. The crown is mine. Two kings, one throne. One throne! A house divided down to the bone. Strong hand, sharp pen. This the war that star within. Power don't share, that's the law of the throne. Two hands on the crown, gonna crack it to the bone. The storm I didn't see was a storm of my own. History gon' argue who was wrong and who was right. The king who held the power or the man who held the light. Both of them were building something bigger than a man, but a kingdom only follow one design, one plan. The cracks were in the palace for the blades ever drew. A nation built on genius and a fracture running through. Two kings and one throne, only one design survive. And the cost of that decision keep a dynasty alive. One throne, one throne. Who really run it, who really own? Push the power, hold the line. The crown is mine. The crown is mine. Two kings, one throne. One throne! A house divided down to the bone. Strong hand, sharp pen. This the war that star within. Two kings, one throne. One design. The crack was there the whole damn time.
Favorite son, the heart knows who it loves, and the king's heart moved the kingdom. Push and shove. Late in my life, she came like a warm light in the cold. The younger wife, the softer voice, the love that I would hold. After all the frozen winters, after every bloody field, she was the one quiet place where a soldier king could yield. And she gave me a son, the youngest of them all, a little hand I'd hold up after every rise and fall. The older sons were soldiers forged in war like me, but the youngest was a child, and a child I longed to see. The favored son, the favored one, the love of a father blocking out the sun. I chose with my heart, not with my crown, and the choice I made gon' bring the kingdom down. The favored son, the heart's mistakes, a love so deep it's bound to break. I gave him the throne, gave him my pride, and I never saw the storm I made inside. They told me name the eldest, name the one who earned the crown. The son who fought beside me never let the kingdom down. But the heart don't read the rule book, the heart don't count the cost. I named the little one and didn't count what would be lost. A father and a king ain't supposed to be the same. One rules with the cold head, one love beyond the name. I let the father win that day, I let the king step down, and I placed upon a child's head a too heavy crown. The favored son, the favored one, the love of a father blocking out the sun. I chose with my heart, not with my crown, and the choice I made gon' bring the kingdom down. The favored son, the heart's mistake, the love so deep it's bound to break. I gave him the throne, gave him my pride, and I never saw the storm I made inside. Tell me, if you loved a child, would you love him any less? Cause the world said love the other. Would you love him any less? I made my choice with love, and love don't always bless. The older sons went silent, but their silence had a sound. The blade being sharpened slowly, slowly underground. I held my youngest closer while the storm began to form. A father's love that I'd arrested the storm. I'd given him a target when I meant to give him gold. The warmest thing I ever did turned out the most cold. And every night I wonder if I chose him with the crown. Would my favorite son have lived to see the sun go down? The favored son, the favored one, the love of a father blocking out the sun. I chose with my heart, not with my crown. With my choice I made gon' bring the kingdom down. The favored son, the heart's mistake, the love so deep it's bound to break. I gave him the throne, gave him my pride, and I never saw the storm I made inside. The favored son, the heart knows who it loves, but a crown ain't moved by heaven up above.
Brothers in the dark, sharpening blades. Shadows in the palace, where the light don't reach. I can hear it in the courtyard when the torches burn low. Sons of mine collect the men where the wise don't go. Private armies in the corners of a kingdom I drew. Loyalty for sale and they buying out a few. The eldest got the muscle and the second got the rage. The third one sit in silence like a tiger in the cage. I gave them titles, gave them land, gave them soldiers and steel. Now they sharpening it back at the throne. I had to seal. I see you sons, I see every coin you spend. I see every captain that you been to your end. The father know the look of a son who turned cold. The way they hold their father when they bout to be bold. Tighten up, tighten up. The kingdom got a leak that's about to crack the cup. Brothers in the dark, brothers in the cold, counting up the soldiers that they bought and sold. Brothers in the dark, knives in the night, shadows in the hallway where the candles don't light. Sharpening, sharpening, soft and slow. They don't know, I know, but I know, I know. Brothers in the dark, brothers in the cold, private little army that they think they hold. Pull it in, pull it tight. I'ma take it back before they bring the fight. Architects stepped up with me, said strip the private guards. Fold them into the kingdom, pull the kings out the yard. Smart move, right move, save us from the storm. Or maybe just the powder right beside the open farm. The sons heard the order and the room went still. Swallowed it like medicine, they didn't wanna swill. I watched them smile at dinner, watched them bow real low. And I felt the temperature, the kingdom start to slow. A father know the smile that don't reach to the eyes. The silence after dinner when the wolf get wise. I should've known right then what the silence was for, but I held my ground cause I built it with the law. Brothers in the dark, knives in the night, shadows in the hallway where the candles don't light. take it back before they bring the fight. What happened when the sons you raised on war turn the same war back upon the open door? A father saw the shadow, should've seen the floor. The shadow was the sun, the blade was the throne, and their hand was my own. Took the soldiers from their hands the way I taught them to hold. Left the strongest of my sons in the room growing cold. Said trust the kingdom, trust the law, trust the design. But the second son was reading a different line. A father always thinking, know the heart of his blood, but a blade in the dark, don't ask his father for love. I went to bed that night with the palace at peace, and the kingdom was a powder keg sitting on the grease. Brothers in the dark, and I called them my own. The wolves were never strangers, they were raised in my home. I built them up like soldiers, and I raised them up like kings. And the kingdom raised on iron, got iron in the strings. Brothers in the dark, knives in the night, shadows in the hallway where the candles don't light. Sharpening, sharpening, soft and slow. They don't know, I know, but I know, I know. Brothers in the dark, brothers in the cold, private little army that they think they hold. Pull it in, pull it tight, I'ma take it back before they bring the fight. Brothers in the dark, the morning gonna show me what the night had built. Blood in the palace, fire in the hole. The night that broke the kingdom, broke it all, yeah. Blood in the palace, lights went out, shadows in the throne room, hear the silent shout. Sons against sons, blade, need and blade. The kingdom that I built was the kingdom that I made. Blood in the palace, dark in the gold. The architect went down with the story that he told. Sleeping in my chamber while the doors went still. Woke up to a kingdom I no longer hold. That night the moon was sharp like a freshly drawn sword. The palace lit by lanterns in the silence of the Lord. I went to sleep believing in the order that I drew. The architect beside me with the plans we always knew, but the second son was waiting in the shadow long and cold, counting all the soldiers that he secretly enrolled. He moved when the moon dipped, moved fast and clean. The sharpest, hungriest blade that the palace ever seen. The architect went first, they took control of the design. The brilliant mind that built the lost, the final living line. Then the youngest and the next, the boys I love with all. They never saw the morning, never heard the next call. Blood in the palace, lights went out, shadows in the throne room, hear the silent shout. Sons against sons, blade, need and blade. The kingdom that I built was the kingdom that I made. Blood in the palace, dark in the gold. The architect went down with the story that he told. Sleeping in my chamber while the doors went still. Woke up to a kingdom I no longer hold. A guard burst through the curtains and his face said it all. The kind of look you give when a dynasty falls. My king, your sons, and the words just stopped right there. And the silence in the chamber was thicker than the air. I rose like a soldier, but my legs were a child. The warrior in the cave for one moment was wild. Out into the corridor, the smell of smoke and rain, and I saw what the father shouldn't see again. The architect of the kingdom lying still in the gold. My favorite son, the youngest, already going cold. The middle son beside him, every dream that I planned spread out like a broken map I'd held in my hand. What is a king who can protect his own? What is a father who built a palace of stone just to bury his sons in the very same throne? The architect went first, the youngest went next, and the man on the throne is the one who's left. Corridor in the palace stopped breathing. Felt the kingdom shifting and the feet not even leaving. The second son walked up with the steel still warm. Said, Father, I have saved you from the gathering storm. Save me, say the word like a knife. The boy I held is a baby, now the architect of life. I looked at him and I saw the soldier I had been. The cold strategic stare of a man who knows to win. The father in that moment died and the king died too. Just an old man standing in the dark of what he knew. The kingdom I built took the children of the one who built it. The blade I gave my sons was the blade my sons were tilted. History gon' call it the first of the palace wars. They say the dynasty was seen behind those bloody doors. Blood in the palace, lights went out, shadows in the throne room, hear the silent shout. Sons against sons, blade, need and blade. The kingdom that I built was the kingdom that I made. Blood in the palace.
palace, dark in the gold, The architect went down with the story that he told. Sleeping in my chamber while the doors went still. Woke up to a kingdom I no longer hold. Blood in the palace. The blood in the palace. The kingdom kept on standing, but the father did it.
Father breaks, king goes quiet. A crown too heavy for a heart that's broken. I sat in the chamber where my sons used to play. The small wooden horse he loved, still where he left it that day. The morning came in cold across the silent hall. No little voices running, no small footsteps at all. The architect was gone, my friend, my mind, my plan. And I held in my hand the cold ring of a father, just a man. I've broken so many enemies, broken every wall, but the wall that finally broke me was the wall inside myself. And the king inside the father couldn't hold the line, and the soldier inside the king couldn't read a single sign. A man can win the world and lose the one small thing, the only thing a father ever really holds. The father breaks, the kingdom keeps. The king goes quiet while the country sleeps. Lay it down, let it fall. A soldier king ain't a soldier at all. The father breaks, the throne goes cold. The strongest hand can't hold the world that he holds. Took my sons and took my soul. The father breaks, the kingdom rolls. Yeah. The second son knelt before me with the steel still on his coat. Said, Father, take your rest, I carry it for you both. The voice of my own youth speaking from a grown man's face. The boy I taught the aim now standing in my place. I looked at him and saw the future I had won, and I saw the smallest coffin where I buried my favorite son. And I gave him the crown, not because I forgave, but because a broken father got no kingdom left to save. The father breaks, the kingdom keeps. The king goes quiet while the country sleeps. Lay it down, let it fall. A soldier king ain't a soldier at all. The father breaks, the throne goes cold. The strongest hand can't hold the world that he holds. Took my sons and took my soul. The father breaks, the kingdom rolls. I won every battle that this country ever knew. I drew the borders, raised the flag, I made the dawn come through. But the smallest little hand I held, I couldn't hold him through. A father isn't strong, a father just endures. And mine ran out. Took off the heavy robe and let the silk hit the floor. The soldier in me whisper, you don't fight no more. Walked away from the palace that I built stone by stone. Left the kingdom in the morning that was never mine alone. The father broken open ain't a father any less, just a man with empty hands and a heart in mourning dress. 500 years would stand on the foundation I had laid, but the price was every small thing that a father's loving made. They say a king is forged inside the fire of his choice, but the fire took my sons before I ever found my voice. The father breaks, the kingdom keeps. The king goes quiet while the country sleeps. Lay it down, let it fall. A soldier king ain't a soldier at all. The father breaks, the throne goes cold. The strongest hand can't hold the world that he holds. Took my sons and took my soul. The father breaks, the kingdom rolls. The father breaks, and the kingdom goes on without him. Four mountain winners got the king walking quiet. Those
ghosts in the shadow, keeping perfect time with the silence. Came up the Hamhung when the palace lost its sound. King without a kingdom on the cold high ground. The trees up here don't bow, they bend with the storm. And I learned to be a ghost while I was still warm. Left the door unlocked, but I never tried the gate. Left the kingdom and the kingdom left me to fate. Eat with the empty chair across me. Every night my favorite son still small and the candles flickering light. The man who won every war, just a shadow on a wooden floor. Ghosts don't speak, ghosts don't hold. Ghosts just count the seasons growing cold. Ghosts of Hamhung walking with me, with me. The things I lost won't ever set me free. Took my sons and took my crown. Left the king to be a ghost on the cold dirt ground. Ghosts of Hamhung, ghosts of mine. Walking up the mountain in a broken light. Came up here to disappear. The ghosts came too. They followed me. They say my son sent messenger after messenger to bring me home. They say my arrows tested every rider on the road. They say I stood up on the ridge and bet the heavy you took him at the messengers and let the morning through. Maybe they lie, maybe they true. The mountain don't tell. Either way they say the messengers never came back to ring the bell. The legend grew like winter every season had a frost. The father became the monster, the king became the lost. But behind the bow they painted there was just a man alone, counting up his dead in a small house made of stone. Ghosts of Hamhung walking with me, with me. The things I lost won't ever set me free. Took my sons and took my crown. Left the king to be a ghost on the cold dirt ground. Ghosts of Hamhung, ghosts of mine. Walking up the mountain in a broken line. Came up here to disappear. The ghosts came too. They follow me here. At night the wind speak with my favorite son's voice. And I sit up listening to a sound that ain't a choice. The architect come too, his blueprint in his hand. He tell me what we build, he tell me what we plan. I ain't crazy, I'm a father in a house of ghosts, just talking to the ones I love the most. 4 winters bent my back and 4 springs broke my chest. I waited for my anger to give me any rest, but anger don't keep warm and anger don't keep close. Anger just become another sleepless ghost. The kingdom kept on moving and they said it was my name, but the name and the man up here was never quite the same. I'm up with come one morning with a softer kind of word, but for 4 lonely years a ghost was all I heard. Ghosts of Hamhung walking with me, with me. The things I lost won't ever set me free. Took my sons and took my crown. Left the king to be a ghost on the cold dirt ground. Ghosts of Hamhung, ghosts of mine. Walking up the mountain in a broken line. Came up here to disappear. The ghosts came too. They followed me here. Ghosts of Hamhung, the old king walks on. Mountain keeps to rest. The arrows return, but the hand is old. The legend in the snow, drawing one last bow. The arrows return, the arrows return, the arrows return. One last fire and the old king burn. Pull it back, let it fly, let it fly. The legend rise up the mountain to die. The arrows return, the night turned cold. The bow that built the kingdom getting ready to fold. One more shot, one more sky. The old king never knew how to say goodbye. Word came up the mountain that the loyalists rose. Soldiers I once led now wear my old clothes. A general called Joseon, we took him my forgotten name. Said the king up in the mountain is the only living flame. I didn't ask for it, I didn't say a word, but my silence was a fire that the loyalists heard. They march against my second son, my crown and risen heir. The kingdom split between us in the cold December air. The arrows of my legend got picked up by other hands. Old soldiers fighting for no kings, less commands. Late night I watched the snow come down on Hamhung wall. Felt the kingdom split in half and felt my own footfall. Some part of me was proud, the legend wasn't dead. Some part of me was breaking every battle I did. The arrows return, the arrows return, the arrow return. One last fire and the old king burn. Pull it back, let it fly, let it fly. The legend rides up the mountain to die. The arrows return, the night turned cold. The bow that built the kingdom getting ready to fold. One more shot, one more sky. The old king never knew how to say goodbye.
They say I rode out with them. They say I drew the string. They say the old arms still remembered every single thing. They said the messengers my second son had sent came back from the mountain and arrow split and spent. Maybe they lie, maybe they true to history. Don't say the losers don't get to write what happened on that day, but the loyalists got broken on the new king's wall. My second son I sold to me for the throne and all. The arrows that I trained him with came back to my chest. The boy that I had taught to aim was sharper than the rest. The father teaches son the way to read the winning bow. When the song trying to listen back, that's all the old men know.
What is an arrow when the target is your son? What is a legend when the legend's almost done? The last fire in the old king started and was won by the boy who learned to aim from the hand of the one.
Put down with rebellion and the loyalists were still old soldiers walking back through the dust of the wheel. I didn't run, I didn't hide, I just sat by the fire of the old king, watching his own dying flame go higher. The arrows return, the legend rises and the legend goes down. My second son and taking back the kingdom and the crown. A father cannot shoot his own, teaching us the law. Every arrow that I trained came back through the door. They told me my last lawyer, this guy beneath the snow, man, I fought beside for 30 years, let go. The mountain that hit me couldn't hide them at all. The price of one man's silence was 100 men's fall.
The last fire in the old king finally cooled the grave, and the mountain kept the rest of what the legend wouldn't say. The arrows return, the arrows return, the arrow return. One last fire in the old king burn.
Pull it back, let it fly, let it fly.
The legend rides up the mountain to die. The arrows return.
The night turned cold. The bow that built the kingdom getting ready to fold. One more shot, one more sky.
The old king never knew how to say goodbye. The arrows return. The bell goes quiet, and the snow remembers.
The moon came off the mountain with a soft kind of light. Broke the silence of the ghost that I held every night. He didn't say much, he just sat by the fire. Let the silence between us do the work of his choir. A man I known back when the kingdom was a dream, back when the world was younger and the dawn was clean. He said, old friend, the mountain ain't your name, and the ghosts up here won't ever bear your blame. Your son is on the throne, he's been waiting for years, and the kingdom that you built needs the salt of your tears. And the heart that I had buried beneath the snow started moving like a river under ice below. A father isn't only made of all the pain he keeps, a father also bends the way the willow tree leaps. Forgive, not forget, not forget. The ghost scared to stay, but the door get unsaid. Walk down the mountain, leave the snow, leave the snow. Forgive the boy and the man you used to know. Forgive, not forget, not forget. Every scar I'm carrying still ain't a debt. Lay the bow down, let the arrows rest. Forgive, not forget, that's the hardest test. We rode down together in the breaking morning light. 4 years of mountain falling off behind us with the night. The capital came into view like a memory in stone. The gates I'd opened back when this was still my home. My second son was waiting in the courtyard, head down. The boy who took the kingdom with a soft and humble frown. He knelt and said, Father, I am ready for your word. Whatever judgment you brought back, I will not avert. I looked at him and felt the years sit on my chest. Forgave him for the things only a father could request. Forgive, not forget. The ghost scared to stay, but the door get unsaid. Walk down the mountain, leave the snow, leave the snow. Forgive the boy and the man you used to know. Forgive, not forget, not forget. Every scar I'm carrying still ain't a debt. Lay the bow down, let the arrows rest. Forgive, not forget, that's the hardest test. Forgiveness ain't a flag you wave to make a war end. Forgiveness is the silence between a wound and a friend. I didn't say I love you, I just stayed. The father stayed, that's the only word he had to say. The monk had been the bridge, and the bridge had held us up. but the rest was up to me, the cold in the cup. I let him be my son again, not the man who took the throne. Laid the weight of the rebellion in a place I could leave alone. But forgiveness ain't forgetting, and a father remember. The favorite son still small in the cold of December. The middle son still silent, the architect still gone. The kingdom got its peace, but the father carried on. A man can't forgive and still know what was lost. That's the heaviest forgiveness, that's the deepest cause. Forgive, not forget, not forget. The ghosts get to stay, but the door get unsaid. Walk down the mountain, leave the snow, leave the snow. Forgive the boy and the man you used to know. Forgive, not forget, not forget. Every scar I'm carrying still ain't a debt. Later bow down, let the arrows rest. Forgive, not forget, that's the hardest test. Forgive, not forget. Forgive, not forget. The snow stays in the mountain, but the man comes home. Dusk of a king. The sun is going down. A long story closing on a long warm crown. Yeah. 74 winners in a body that's been used. Every battle on the bone, every choice that I refused. The bow leans in the corner where it leaned 1,000 times. Older than my children, older than my crimes. I had outlived the architect, outlived my favorite son, outlived the wife I loved before the wars were done. A man don't choose how long his story gonna last, but a king got to live with every line that he casts. The sun on the mountain is the sun on the throne, the same light that found me when I marched out alone. A king ain't a king when the king is in his bed, just a man with all his memories ringing in his head. Dusk of a king, the sun is going down, going down. The longest day still ends on the smallest sound. Later bow down, later crown, later crown. Walking out the way I once was found. Dusk of a king, the night comes slow, comes slow. Every man got somewhere he gotta go. Pull the string for the last time. The arrow that I loosed was mine. My son came in the evening with his head down low. Asked me what a father in the dusk would wanna know. I said no kingdom, just give me one good thing. Remember I was a man before I was a king. Don't carve me into stone, don't paint me on a wall. Just let the story say I lived and I gave it all. Tell my grandchildren a man can lose his sons and still get up and walk among the living ones. He held my hand the way I'd held his small hand long ago. The circle of a father and a son closing slow. Dusk of a king, the sun is going down. The longest day still ends on the smallest sound. Later bow down, later crown, later crown. Walking out the way I once was found. Dusk of a king, the night comes slow, comes slow. Every man got somewhere he gotta go. Pull the string for the last time. The arrow that I loosed was mine. A legend gets the credit, but a man does the work. A man with all his failures and the patience he can't shirk. Don't sing of me as a god, I was a soldier and a son, a father and a builder, and a man whose race is run. The dusk is just a doorway, I've been waiting for the door. I closed my eyes and saw the river running wide. 9 days flooding back, the army at my side. Saw my mother in the frost, saw the boy that I've been, the small one with the bow and the kingdom in his grin. Saw the architect across the fire, blueprint in his hand. My favorite son, still small in the candle of the land. I lifted up the bow one final time inside my chest. Took aim at the dawn, and the dawn took me to rest. Dusk of a king, the sun is going down. The longest day still lands on the smallest sound. Lay to bow down, lay the crown, lay the crown. Walking out the way I once was found. Dusk of a king, the night comes slow, comes slow. Every man got somewhere he gotta go. Pull the string for the last time. The arrow that I loosed was mine. Dusk of a king. The bow goes quiet, and the morning takes the rest.
Remembers the arrow, the throne, a man named Jah who built a kingdom of his own. History remembers 500 years carrying the name in its embers. Pull it back, let it fly, let it fly. The arrow that built a throne don't ever die. History remembers Taejo, the founder, walking through December's frost to fire, war to crown. A kingdom called Joseon won't ever come down. They thought the story ended when the old king closed his eyes. They thought a few decades would let his legend die. But the kingdom that he built kept on growing toward the sun, and his name was carved in stone long after his life was done. 500 years of Joseon walking on his ground. 27 kings will wear the crown he handed down. The bow that won the borders, the law that drew the line. The founder of a nation, the architect of time. They taught his life in schoolrooms, sang it in the streets. The frostborn soldier king the centuries can't defeat. History remembers 500 years carrying the name in its embers. Pull it back, let it fly, let it fly. The arrow that built a throne don't ever die. History remembers Taejo, the founder, walking through December's frost to fire, war to crown. A kingdom called Joseon won't ever come down. They built his palace bigger after he had gone, and the capital after the kingdom he laid upon. Painted his portrait in the temple of his name. The soldier and the founder lit up in the frame, but behind the golden stone, in the centuries that praise, the man was just a father who had lost and seen his days. He didn't ask to be a legend. Legend found his shape. 500 years of dynasty wearing the cape. The frostborn kid who never had a throne to inherit became the throne itself, became the bedrock for the merit.
What is a kingdom but a promise made of stone? What is a man but the legacy he leaves alone?
He gave up his sons, he gave up his crown, he gave up himself, and the kingdom never came down. Taejo of Joseon, say the name, let it ring like a bell. The dawn of a dynasty, a story we still tell. And every Korean child knows the founder's name today. The bow, the river, the 9 days. The way a soldier from the frost line drew the morning of a nation, and gave us all our footing through the centuries' rotation. History remembers what the loud men forget. The quiet man whose patience paid the dynasty's debt. The arrow that he loosed in 1380 still flies through every court and corner of the country it supplies. A man becomes a kingdom when the kingdom becomes a man. And the founder of Joseon was the bridge in the plan.